So we harvested some rhubarb from That's Allotment yesterday, and I've decided to make a rhubarb crumble with a twist. So we're not just going to add rhubarb, we're also going to add some pear, which is just a couple of conference pears that have been peeled and chopped, and about a teaspoon of ginger, which is crushed. I actually crushed it with the garlic press. And then of course we've got with sugar. I'll put an ingredients list and amounts in the description below. So that's what you'll need for your filling. And for your crumble, we've got some plain flour, some butter, unsalted, and again some more Demerara sugar. But we're going to start with the filling. And what we're going to do is we're going to drop everything into a nice big heavy pan, like so. Add the sugar. Give it a good mix. Also add a quarter of a cup of water, just so stuff doesn't burn on the bottom, and then we'll get the heat on. I'm putting it on number 5, which is a high heat, and we'll cover that, and then when some heat's through we'll come back and we'll have a look. Right, so we've got heat in the pan now, so I've turned the heat down to 4, which is medium, and we're just going to let it cook through and soften up, and then once it starts doing that we'll get to work on the crumble. Okay, so as you can see that's simmering away nicely now. We've just got the heat on low, just on number 2, and we're just going to leave that for about 5 or 10 minutes just to soften up. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to overmix with the spoon, because your rhubarb will just disintegrate to nothing. So we're going to leave that on a low heat for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then we'll come back. Okay, so that's been 10 minutes now, and while this is reducing down a bit now, we'll get the topping made, the crumble. So what we're going to do is we're just going to add the sugar to the flour, like so, and give it a good mix. I'm going to add the butter, which has been left to room temperature to soften, and we're just going to rub it in. And what we'll do is we'll just pop that in the fridge until we're ready to use it. Right, so the rhubarb's ready now. I've had my oven on heating up to 180 on the fan, which would be 200 on a conventional oven. Now, I've got quite a bit here, and I've made plenty of topping, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to preserve some of my rhubarb in the form of a crumble by freezing it. So I've got these trays, so I'm going to cook the crumble in these. Now I'm going to leave it to cool, pop the lid on and pop them in the freezer. So I've got some for other days. Right, so what I'm doing is I'm using a spoon with holes in it so don't get too much excess liquid. Fill this tray first. Crumble topping. Extra sugar on top. Sugar sprinkle. I'll move the camera over to the oven and we'll pop these in. Okay, so what I've done is I've put an extra tray in the bottom because rhubarb crumble has a tendency to boil over and drip everywhere and make a mess basically. So I've put an extra tray in the bottom there to catch any that does. Pop those in there. Set the timer, 25 minutes, and we'll come back and check on them. Just show you, there, 25 minutes. Right, so the buzzer's just gone off. Let's have a look. It looks nice and golden, so we'll get them out and we'll move over to the bench. Right, there we go. Crumble's done. Nicely golden on the top. I'm going to leave these 3 to cool completely. Once they have, the lids will go on top and they'll go in the freezer, ready for another day. And I'll just cook them from frozen. That's what I normally do, because they're already cooked now, so basically all you're doing is defrosting and warming them through. And I normally just do that on a fan oven at 180 for about 40 minutes. That normally does the trick. And this one, once it's cooled down a bit, we'll get the custard on the go and we'll have that tonight. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the recipe. And we'll catch you next time in Mrs. Doyle's kitchen.